Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode.
Yep.
It's the takeaway table. We're on the road again. Still, we're still not home. We're still looking for a home. But speaking of home, someone here at the table just recently moved into a new home. Ladies, give it up for... Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Caleb.
Hey, both of them did lah. Matthew also moved to new place, what?
But I
more
moved
recent,
my house.
At least we can
Okay,
remember.
No, I remember Matthew. Just it's not very important.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, because you've been living alone all this time. So you're already like a master, right?
Yeah.
Caleb, first time living alone.
Okay,
right?
okay. Do you want some tips?
Hold on. Before we jump into tips.
Okay, cool.
Caleb,
Yes,
how does it
yes.
feel to now move out?
Okay, just want to say it's freaking amazing.
It's freaking
because
amazing.
the first thing I experienced is that when I order Grab food,
There's so much options.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you used to
yeah.
stay far away, yeah.
while at home last time, my house in Putra Heights, right, I tell you, I order Grab food, even the closest to me, take 30 minutes plus.
Oh my lord.
McDonald's take 20 minutes, and that's the like just 3 minutes away drive, you know. There in Grab food, wow, first time I see delivery order $4.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Welcome
How
to
much
the good
usually?
life.
How much usually?
Five is the minimum, which is McDonald's. The rest all is like 7.50, 8 ringgit,
Walao.
9 ringgit.
That's
and then,
crazy.
wow, the amount of options is crazy.
It's crazy, right?
The only thing that I can eat in my place in Putra Heights was
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Porridge.
What's the thing called?
KFC.
The pork ribs, something like that. It's quite good lah, that one. And that's about it. And Nando's.
3, okay.
Oh, yeah, but eat Nando's every day, man.
Cannot.
Yeah.
True.
100% can.
Sponsored. It's not sponsored. But you know what is sponsored? Our location. Today we are once again at the beautiful... I honestly think this is one of the most gorgeous co-working spaces that we've ever been to.
You don't have to think, it is.
It is.
is.
We're in Colony, KL. This one is in the Star
Boulevard,
Boulevard.
KLCC.
Yeah, and there's a couple. So make sure you guys go onto Facebook and Instagram to check out Colony for their co-working spaces. If you're looking for places to hang down and do some work, if you want to rent a hot desk or even a room for yourself and the team, check out what they have because Colony is beautiful.
You know, since we can't travel now, if you want to feel the spice of New York, this is where you go.
It's
For real.
the closest.
It is beautiful.
It is pretty beautiful.
Today, we have these two jokers on set with us today.
They are no stranger,
Joker.
no
No
stranger
stranger.
to the channel. You guys have definitely seen them in one
Yeah.
way or another. But
Yeah.
just for everyone who's joining us for the first time, if this is the first time you're joining us on the Takeaway Table podcast, my name is
Yeah,
Ming.
yeah.
The Minghan's name is Ming as well.
Yeah.
But more importantly, we've got two handsome young men,
Yeah.
not very available, but let's introduce yourselves. Let's start with Matthew. Hi, Matthew. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Matthew.
Nice.
And I'm a producer and director for Core Studios.
Yeah.
Chang, man.
Yeah. My name is Caleb. I'm a video editor and also DP for Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know what's happening,
Beautiful,
but yeah.
beautiful. Today we are it's so lovely that you guys introduce what you do immediately, right? Because today's podcast is a deep dive. No, maybe
dive.
not deep dive. Maybe a look behind the scenes of production, of shoots, of the videos that people see, the end product, right? Because of what we do as a full-time business. We want to talk about. We don't want to talk about like the writing and all that. No. We're talking about some crazy stories that we've had when it comes to shoots, and it's quite interesting because so Minghan and I, we've had similar experiences.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we've been together since the start. Caleb, you've had your own production journey. Matthew
Yes.
has his own production journey at one of the most prestigious production houses in Malaysia, Reservoir, before joining us. So we're going to jump into some spicy, juicy stories. But before we do that, let's talk about some house tips. Matthew,
House tips.
you were going to give some
What's a
tips
segue?
tips to Caleb.
Where is this guy?
Yes.
Make sure to do your laundry.
Ooh.
Okay, just a fun fact.
He's totally okay having no laundry.
It's not that. Okay.
Do you sleep with clothes?
Hold on. Let Caleb talk. Let Caleb talk.
I'm sorry.
I've actually since young I have never washed my clothes.
I heard since
cook.
Siham. What do you say?
Since
young.
So I was actually since I was born. I wash my wash my clothes, cook, and hang and do all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, correct.
The reason is because my dad loves doing it.
Oh, what a great father.
Like,
nice.
like legit. Last time I tried helping him
He
once.
beat you.
He just said, "Hey, you suck at doing it. Never mind, I do myself lah."
Whoa.
And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's great. Okay." And then somehow he enjoys doing it a lot.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's more like his happy time,
Yeah.
to hang the clothes, dry the clothes. And stuff.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a real interesting journey for you.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
So I
Please.
actually plan to
Yeah.
start cooking every single day.
Okay, take it easy. Let's not do every day.
You will get lazy, man.
Yes.
Trust
Is it?
me.
Correct,
You will
correct.
get lazy washing. You get
Yeah,
lazy
yeah,
to
yeah.
do things.
I think enjoy the Grab food while you
Yeah.
can for now.
Because I feel like because I got the Gordon Ramsay masterclass, so I
No,
wanted
Kayla.
to help me to use that to.
how do you cut a vegetable?
You know it's called
Yeah.
master class, right?
You haven't
It's
even
not
basic,
beginner 101, you know.
But at
Can
least
you
with-
just go YouTube and just
Okay,
watch something else?
we don't want to be discouraging. Watch the masterclass,
Okay.
but maybe while you're eating like
I
Grab
just
food.
want to say, I also have. I tried following the episode.
Yeah.
Is it hard?
It's so 7 hard.
Okay. So
I like challenges.
I think you do. he does. He does love challenges.
Enthusiastic.
I think my advice to you, Caleb, is to don't overwhelm yourself one
Okay.
shot, because you remember it's not just cooking you've not done, right? You also have
Wash
never
dishes.
washed. You haven't kept the household properly. So do things one by one. Maybe cooking can come later because food is already available around you, right? So maybe think about laundry, the what detergent you're using, washing your plate, stuff like that. Like more one step at a time. Do you have a bed sheet already?
Haven't yet actually. I was about to buy maybe today, later.
Okay, that's a good start. Caleb,
So-
we are excited. We're going to check back with you after a month to see if you're
Yes.
still alive. All right. Take it away, Minghan.
Today we have these two guys here because they represent a part of our team, which is very involved with the main kind of work we do, being production. All right, and I think both of you come from very different backgrounds as well. I think Matthew really dove in head first right into production, and you've been in a traditional production house, and that's kind of where we met you on your journey. And Caleb, what were you doing before this? Does Matthew know what you're doing before this?
Caleb was
Matthew,
doing.
wait.
Okay.
Matthew, do you know what he was doing before this?
I've seen him on YouTube.
No. That was side hustle.
So can you
That one-
guess?
that one
Can you
side hustle.
actually guess his full-time job before this?
Not even photographer. That was side hustle also.
I'm not mistaken, he said that he was in an agency doing sales.
Yes.
Yes.
But there's also another one before that. So,
What's the band before that?
I don't know. That one I don't know.
Okay, what are you doing?
so before this, I was actually doing logistics.
Logistics for what?
Logistics for a company called DKSH.
Oh.
So I was actually a management trainee in the company itself.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I was actually doing logistics. And then after that, after for half a year, then I quit. And then I joined let's say agency as a suits.
Okay.
Wow. And let's flip it over to Matthew. Matthew's career path, right, is like if you played like MMORPGs, right, he adds skill to every tree on.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
Matthew,
you
walk us
serious?
through what you did after high school.
Yeah.
After high school. So after high school, I became a barista for a few years.
Yep.
And then when I went into college, I still
No, you can't just say you became a barista. One of the proudest things about Matthew is he was a
Award-winning
barista.
barista.
It's 2016. It's quite some time already, but yeah,
Still an award-winning
still
barista.
it's a national level, right?
Yeah.
kind of lah.
Kind of.
Oh,
All right.
yo.
Yeah, but
Humble,
yeah, it's
humble.
2016.
And then you had your SoundCloud DJ Matthew.
No one needs to know that.
Okay,
but
sorry.
You have a...
He's got a turntable at home, bro.
What?
You don't have to know that.
Can
but
I hear some of it later?
I'll send you the link. bro.
Apparently, Mingyu found
Yeah.
whatever I posted online on
It's
SoundCloud
amazing.
already.
It's quite long, the tracks. It's a full set one.
What? 40
Yeah.
minutes?
Dude, 2 hours, bro. Okay?
I can't remember, but I think so. Somewhere there.
Matthew, what else?
Barista, and I was also a magician.
This is he performed for
Yeah,
parties.
For parties. Yeah, sometimes. And then now I don't already, but I still do barista sometimes, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
And after that, actually, I go to college. I just want to become a radio DJ. Apparently, I couldn't. It's quite sad, but no.
No. It's not sad. It's not sad.
But in the end, I got into filmmaking. And when I got into filmmaking, I got an internship in Reservoir. And then
Wow.
I became a production assistant. And then from that journey onwards, I became a line producer. And then after that, I went to assistant directing.
Wow.
And now I'm in call as a producer / director.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a great journey. And I think I'm still learning a lot during this journey.
I think
lah.
if you stop learning, there's a problem with you.
yeah,
Correct.
true.
Hey, yo,
Correct.
that's a very interesting. I did not know you were trying to be a radio DJ.
Fun fact.
Okay.
Oh my
Can I just ask, why you think you cannot jadi? Who tell you cannot jadi? Your lecturer told you like, don't please just stop.
They said go for filmmaking more.
Wow, that means that means your assignments where you try to be radio DJ, they just like, we need to talk about this boy.
Maybe I changed my voice too much. Like, I don't know.
Can you give us a quick sample since we know we are on air?
No, it's
right
okay.
now?
It's okay.
And
Just try,
you
just
do
try,
it
just
all the
try.
time. You do it. Everyone in this room has heard your Joker at one point or another. So if you don't do Joker, give us something else.
I'll do Joker.
Okay. hold on. Let me just clear the air.
this is so
All right, cool. Let's go.
Wanna know how I got these scars?
Do you do this for your lecturer as well?
I do this
like
before I
mad.
sleep.
That's hardcore. That's hardcore. Okay, well, good job, Matthew. That's a good try. But we like you as yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
So let's jump into. Okay, so I think at this table there is at least okay. I want to say at least 20 years of stories.
Stories.
Individually put together, there's 20 years of experience
Yeah.
in production, right?
Okay.
And we're just gonna go and jump on some crazy experiences, whether apart or together. Some don't need to mention the particular project or the clients or the brands or anything, but maybe some of the most memorable experiences you've had on shoots, whether it's together as a team or individually when you got scolded or some embarrassing moments. Let's deep dive into some of that whole part that people don't actually see behind the videos. Who wants to kick this off?
Wow.
Minghan.
Let me kick it off.
Okay.
I think the most qualified at this table is Matthew.
Yes.
Because he actually went to a traditional production house.
Correct.
Yeah. Everyone else could. Actually, how we learn, to be honest, is a question mark to this day. Yeah. But it just proved a point because I think Matthew also met us at a place where he was realizing that the traditional production structure was something that could be changed, or like the hierarchy of production doesn't really work nowadays when you're talking about like what we do as in like digital content lah.
Yep.
Because like the production structure previously, there's a lot of layers and setups and it's a very time consuming and budget consuming, and then suddenly this whole bunch of people pop out of nowhere and can produce videos with 3 people as a team in like 10 times faster the time, right?
Yes.
So that's where we met Matthew. I met Kayla,
Quite long ago.
2014.
No, actually it was 2012.
Yeah, dude.
2012.
It was during a prom which I organized at the time.
Then,
You guys were the MC.
then I realized you were also doing YouTube.
Yes.
So that was an era where the YouTuber generation started in Malaysia because internet finally improved better a bit, and everyone can suddenly buy 5D Mark II.
Mark 3.
Mark II first. I didn't even start Mark III,
Oh.
Rafi had Mark II,
Yeah.
right? Also,
I had Rabina
so that
camera.
was when cinema level-ish cameras
suddenly became accessible.
Yeah, you can possess it as an individual.
Wow,
And
hardcore,
suddenly you got so much power in your hand,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our background when it came to like, I don't even want to call it filmmaking. I feel like we are not
Cannot call
considered
ourselves,
filmmaker,
yeah.
please lah. Cannot lah. Sorry lah. We are video makers.
Video makers.
Video makers, right?
Okay, cool.
And today we're going to talk about some like interesting projects that we've been a part of.
So just jump into. We already said that 3 times. Man.
All right,
Just jump into the story, man.
So let's just before we start, like, what is a very broad question.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting? No, don't say one of the interesting projects you've been a part of and why. And interesting can swing both ways. We let you interpret lah, okay? Can be interesting, the worst project or the best project or the most like question mark project or something that stood out in your whole career. I'll give you guys a warm up, okay? One of the more interesting projects that I think we did was one day when Marvel called us up and asked us to do something for Ant-Man. That was a really big question mark. Like, wow, Marvel's asking us to shoot. Like Marvel, even if it's Marvel Malaysia, because you have to go through global. That was one of like the interesting ones that we've been a part of.
And then the talent was Aaron Aziz.
Aaron
right? Walao,
freaking Aziz.
hardcore, bro.
Okay, this dude showed up on set looking at why are all these children shooting my video.
Yeah, correct.
That was very
Because he's
interesting.
so used to like the full-on production, trailer,
exactly.
everything, right?
And we were shooting in some random area of Mid Valley Mega Mall.
I was a lift, right?
Yeah, at a lift in the middle of nowhere because that's
crazy.
what they wanted us to do.
Yeah.
So that was a very interesting one because we were freaking out. It's an A-lister, by the way, from the Malay scene. And a bunch of kids is shooting his scene at a lift in a shopping mall. Yeah. That's the ball starting now. From here, it's just uphill only. Let's go.
I will go first. You go. You
go.
both got like some better stories. So I'll start. My turn, right?
Alright.
I think in my first or second year doing YouTube, I shot this video with one of our YouTube friends. It was a client job, and what was supposed to be a 6-hour shoot ended up became a 30-hour shoot.
What?
No sleep.
God.
No sleep. That was hardcore. It was. He was pretty angry. I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy." He's like, "I've never done this before." He felt so sorry that we really wanted to work together. This is our first time doing work together, and because the client wanted to do like micromanage everything, it became a 30-hour shoot, and we both like, "What the heck is going on at this point?" It got so bad that the friend had to like sit down with the client and be like, "Okay, this is just ridiculous, already." So it was that bad, and after he apologized to me, and I was a bit scared to do work for a while after that.
Oh my god.
So this was like year 2 of YouTube actually. So that was a I wasn't ready for that. Stamina, physical, mental. I wasn't ready.
But
for
were
that.
you like discouraged to making videos after that?
Yeah, I was. I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do anything. So after that, I had this phobia of doing shoots that were anything above 8 hours.
Whoa.
I was really scared because it's so, and because you have to act in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even the physical team. Like mentally, I have to wait, and the waiting kills you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm so freaking tired. So I was like, I cannot do this. So I was really scared. Let's jump to both of you now. What are some crazy stuff that you guys have?
Let me start first. Okay, so actually I have a couple, but let me tell you about this first one. Okay, so this one I wasn't really as tired as it was, but it was like it's very frustrating because there was actually a shoot that happened for this particular food brand. Okay, I won't say the name. So the show was supposed to start at 5 and at 11 because we're supposed to shoot 3 videos and each video just has 5 lines. And the lines are simple as, "Hi, my name is Caleb and today I'm going to talk to you about this is this." It's just basically just 2 lines, 1 line, 2 lines. each video.
I think I know.
I know this one.
okay.
Yeah.
So each video like 4 or 5 lines in it,
Yeah.
okay? It's so simple. 3
Simple.
videos. It's basically you can just read from script and then you can do it already.
Yeah.
This girl, each line took 20 to 30 times. Each line. 20, 30 takes per line.
What?
So it was supposed to finish at start at 5. So set up such shoot at 7. Probably can finish by 2-3 hours because it's actually very fast. It's basically white
lines.
background and just half body. That's all. One camera, one time take. That's it. Each line she took 20, 30 takes.
Walao.
It was supposed to end at 11.
Yeah.
We ended at 5 a.m.
Are you freaking nuts, bro?
I'm not joking. And the best part is she was freaking diva.
Oh,
Like to the point where she was blaming us because she keep messing up.
How do you blame somebody for
She was like, "Can you guys don't look at me? I'm very stressed when you look at me. Can you look behind?" What? Then we're like, okay.
shut your mouth, man.
Then we record, look behind, come back, say, I need some rest, give me some time to rest. Then she walked out of the set and then she just
Wow.
I need to take a drink and eat.
Was she like a big celebrity or
She
anything?
wasn't. That was her first time acting actually.
Ow.
Oh, that's even better.
That was like one of a few times acting. And then she knows she's those people like she sent in their resume to the client and the client really liked it. And that's why they choose her. But she was freaking diva. I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's just so simple. Even I
20
got
to
there,
30 takes of
Per sentence.
one
Per
sentence.
sentence, yes.
Dude, my dog also can probably do like a better take, you know.
It was crazy.
In your experience, okay, Matthew, if you were in that situation,
What would you do, man?
what would you do by halfway point?
I think I'll just talk to my producer like,
Just
how is
chase
this going?
talent.
No, or maybe I'll just talk to the talent agent. I was like, why this kind of attitude is coming out and what's going on?
Then
lah.
you just be the talent lah. To give
in
you a
the,
week.
in the end, I was like, hey, client, you want me to act? Then I'll do it. I say one line, out team already.
Yeah,
Where-
correct.
Was there a point in this, Caleb, that you say like, can we just stop this?
Yes, I say a lot of times, hey guys.
Okay, and given
Enough,
I'll be honest with you guys, Caleb actually not even at this table. In this world, the person that I honestly think is the most patient and forgiving and kind person is Caleb. So for Caleb to reach a level where he's like, I can't do this anymore, is quite high.
Because you see, that shoot was actually really, really simple. It's basically just
Right.
light white screen, mid shot. That's it. It's just one shot.
You don't
I
even need to change the lighting.
camera. Yeah, I don't need to change lighting, change lens, whatever. Just one shot ni.
Is press record, do
Yes.
5 lines and go home.
Correct.
Yeah.
So simple, but she took 20, 30 takes for each line.
That's
I'm like,
nuts,
how? Why? Why it takes you so long?
Yeah.
The client not bothered with her talent. So
The lack of.
The client was there. She was like, oh my god, why is it so long
Yeah,
already?
correct. Oh, so well.
So tough,
safe to say that girl probably no future in the industry already.
I never see her after this anymore.
Of course, perfect.
Yeah. But I can still see the videos on the Facebook page.
Oh, yo.
And whenever I see it, I always feel angry.
oh my God. You gotta show me the video. I want to see.
Oh
It
my
really
God.
makes me feel like, oh my god.
Okay, Matthew.
Okay. I think one of the craziest shoots is also that if you have a lot of talents and you have a lot of locations at the same time, that's a crazy shoot. And then we had to finish it within 2 days.
Yeah.
So if I have not forgotten about it, I think that location for this 2-day shoot, there's about nearly, I think about 7 to 10 locations.
That's crazy, bro.
And then talents wise, there's about above 15. So basically 17
Sorry,
to 20.
you're
lah.
shooting flash mob, is it? What you're doing? What the heck, bro?
This is talents, we haven't talked about extras yet. So
Oh
that's
my
another
goodness.
thing. So on this shoot, I was handling.
What was the nature of the product or what we were all shooting?
Oh, we were shooting for Bank, for Merdeka.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So for Bank and Merdeka lah. So Merdeka, everyone's have different races
yeah.
and everything lah.
One
So
Malaysia, one Malaysia.
literally. So also many locations because different vibe has different kind of setting as well. So locations was one of the biggest problems also because we are chasing time.
Yes.
The director has to get their mind straight on what they want and then we can move on lah. So during that shoot, I had to handle about nearly 17 to 20 talents and also I casted all of them.
Wow.
And I was the only one in charge for the talents.
Oh my
So
God.
no
God,
one,
that's
if
crazy.
I'm out of set means
No
no
one-
one
no
knows
handle,
already.
yeah.
All the context is all under me already. And also logistic wise, as I said, locations. So my producer is he's a great guy. I think he's a guy. I don't have to say his name, but he's really a great guy. He did double work. He was a producer and the assistant director. So
Walao
on
eh.
set he came to me. I did not expect. He said, Matthew, I need to assistant direct now. Here's my pouch, and you are the producer now. What? I'm like, huh?
You at a point you were supposed to be assistant producer.
I'm just line producer only.
Okay,
so
just
it's
line
like now you're just handling anything about money. You just go to you. Don't come to me anymore because I need to focus
Wow.
on the shoot. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So got really stressed out. It's because once the first shot happened and everything just because example one we have only 1 hour in this location. In the end, it took 3 hours.
Oh,
and then once
gone
you
already
know,
lah.
yeah, you know, once go 3 hours, then the next other shots,
snowball,
it just
snowball.
yeah, it's going to add on and more. And you know, KL somehow our traffic and there's a lot of
GG, bro.
locations and we shot all in KL.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, so once we reach 5 o'clock and then everything just jam and everything lah.
It's over here, bro.
It's over for our sleep already lah, to be honest. So for that shoot, the first day I remember really clearly, I had to handle about a number of talents and then the setup was pretty crazy as well lah. So I think the crazy thing of that is because we are pushing time and then also we do not want to reduce the quality of the content. So even though we try to make it fast, but still we have to maintain the quality, which is a really good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and also fun fact, after the first day of shoot is 2 days of shoot. So after the first day, I got into an accident after
Whoa.
shoot. I was in a roadblock and this drunk driver behind me just slammed into 5 cars and I was in between the 5 cars.
Oh my God.
But I realized I was overworked and that day. Once I crashed my car, right, I just look at my car and I was like, how am I going to go work tomorrow?
Oh my.
That was the first thing came into my head. I felt like I was overworked already.
Walao.
But then I was like, oh, how am I going to go work tomorrow? But after that, I went to do my police report and everything, slept for 1 hour, and then the next day I went to
1 hour already.
Oh, Matthew.
yeah, that was crazy.
That's
I was
crazy.
overworked already, so I slept for
Dude.
1 hour and then I went to work again.
Oh my goodness.
Then my colleague was like, the assistant director, which is also the producer, told me why did I come on set. I was like, if I don't come, then who's gonna handle the talents?
Oh wow,
I can't
this
pass you
guy.
that.
This
Then
guy.
Wow.
I felt like that time was like a bit nuts already. I feel then I'm like nuts for work lah. But after
What a
that,
man you are.
so thanks I guess.
What a man you are.
But after that, the whole day was just shoot, and after that, I just look into myself. And then after that, few days later, I just think about it. Shit, the first thing I did was when I got accident, I was like, how am I going to go work
Yeah.
tomorrow?
That's how you know there's a problem.
Yeah, I felt that was a problem
Oh
for
my
me. Really.
goodness.
So that was one of the craziest shoot because I got into accident and I felt that
Still
my
worry about
mental
work.
mind,
Yeah.
I wanted to work still.
Oh my goodness, Matthew, that is whew. I
What an
think
experience.
before we move on to the next batch of stories, right? I feel like right now is the perfect time to just kind of paint our listeners a picture, because I know some of our listeners are actually also in either creating their own content, whether it's like you guys are like freelance photographers or videographers for weddings and stuff like that. Some of you can relate to the stresses and the demands from whoever your client is, whether big or small. There's always things don't usually go smoothly, which is to be expected anyway. But I think for those who do not do that, and you guys who don't have jobs or work in the industry that we have, whether it's marketing or also production, right? You have to understand that these stories, they compound over time, and I think how we also deal with things is that we look at projects and how difficult or how easy it is always in relation to the hardest and most difficult job we've had. And that always becomes the benchmark of like, oh, this is not as bad as that previous time, right? So I think that's why for us, like, if you guys could say anything to maybe some of the clients listening to this, how can we make shoots smooth and effective?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think all these stories come from a premise of Malaysia's filming industry is really not the healthiest.
Yes,
It's really not at all, because we don't have a union, meaning no one is actually looking out for our rights.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have
Meaning-
no rights.
Yeah. This is, I mean, a very normal day is actually 1 hour of sleep, right? Because some of my friends in the Chinese industry, they work 7 days a week and 14 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's considered normal. And if you like slack off, they say you're lazy.
Yes.
Right? So like I think that is where the problem starts, because we don't have the luxury of pacing our shoot. Compared to like Hollywood, right? They will give you ample time, like for example, if you're at Marvel's level already, right? They say like if one scene, the director need 2 weeks for one scene. 2 weeks, and they will work within a 9-hour day or an 8-hour day, and you will have proper breaks. Your talent all got all the rest area. Your crew got all the kind of rest area.
But, okay, so that's
very
like,
nicely done.
that's also
But that's
like
like international
luxury
level,
scale
yeah.
of the budgets.
Yeah, but there are unions protecting teams that say that you cannot overwork to a certain degree.
Correct.
You are only allowed to do this and so on and so forth. But in Malaysia,
No such thing,
there's
man.
no such thing. It's not just you're overworked, you're underpaid to overwork also most of the time. And I think that's why like the toughest part is trying to strike a balance within our own studio as well, because as much as we want to practice it, the clients or the brands that want these jobs don't give you the resources to shoot something good. And then everyone wonders like, wow, why our scene cannot maju one, why our scene cannot maju? Yeah, because you're shooting 24 scenes in one day.
Oh my
We only have 24 hours in a day.
Correct. And I think the expectation, I think really is the expectation of maybe to certain business owners and clients, right? They put in, let's say, like 500 ringgit, but they expect a 500,000 production.
Yeah.
So expectation is also another, it's a crusher, right? Let's talk about what happens when non-creatives try to be creatives.
Oh no.
So I'm not trying to point fingers at anybody.
I want to point fingers at okay.
I don't want to point fingers, and I don't want to say that it's
Actually,
so number one, right? Let's set the stage, right? Production houses and creatives are paid a amount of money to do what they're good at, to create. Right? It's their craft. It's what they're good at.
100%.
It's why you are engaging them in the first place, right? But many times, the person who hands out the money, because it's their money, they always feel like no, I should have a say in the project, which is true to a certain extent, right?
Yeah,
because
of course.
because it's your money, it's your final product, you are in charge of what it looks like. There is of course that want and desire to be like, I want to control how this turns out.
Yeah.
But what happens when that person suddenly becomes the director and the producer of the entire thing, right?
That's where we get interesting stories like this.
That's when we get interesting stories, because then it's like, what for you hire a production house? Then you shoot yourself out, right?
do
So
you-
we always say
Do you guys have nightmare stories?
of, I guess,
like
clients
this.
or people coming on set who are not from the production agency. Okay, so usually how it is, like, if a production team is on set shooting a video, there will usually be two parties on set as well. It'll be the client, that means the person funding it, and or the agency, the middle person, right? Have you had some great experiences where things have taken a toll for the worst, when some of them try to decide and dictate that, actually, maybe let's do this instead, when everybody confirms storyboard already? I know you got stories. There was one story that you guys did quite long ago, earlier last year.
There is. I think me and Caleb work on this particular project together.
Yeah.
And there are things that we have. So basically, I think I kind of co-produce and direct for this particular project, and the said budget has already been set.
Yeah,
So we
correct.
cannot use it over. If you use it over, of course, doesn't make sense.
There's
You're
no
not-
use.
So let's say it's 100 ringgit lah.
Yeah, just say it's 100 ringgit.
Yeah.
And then we already cannot use like 200 bucks for it because they'll be out of our own pocket already. So there are some things that where so on set, I'm just going to cut to the chase. So on set, mainly there's this setup that we have to do. But then we show it as per the reference. Yes,
Yeah,
we're going to do
correct.
something like that. But the point is,
I still remember this one.
All the emotions are coming back.
Help me, this one.
the problem was it's not supposed it's a reference. We're not going to follow one to one. If you
Correct.
say one to one, we will follow.
Correct.
We will also advise you, maybe
The budget also 1-to-1.
yes, the budget also has to be one to one already.
And also, you cannot directly just copy.
Yes,
Correct.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So the client came on set, saw the amazing setup that we did, and said, "No, I did not want this. I wanted that color. I want exactly the same." Then
Yeah.
we're like, "What's going on?" Then
What is going on?
my art director came in. We start discussing what can we make do of this, and all of a sudden was, I don't care. If you guys want to shoot this, I'm not going to use the shot, and I'm just going to walk off from set right now. And then they left on set. And wait, just going to let you guys know that was already 3 a.m.
3
Yeah.
a.m.
And I think she also said she won't even sign the budget, won't even give us also, right?
Yes, some
The
about-
remaining money she won't give us also.
Wow.
Yeah, guys, there are people who exist like this in our country.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was tough.
I mean, again, That's rough, right? Like
This is actually what makes the industry tough.
it is it
Because
really is.
clients need to understand that not everything works the same way when it comes to the creative industry.
Like,
Exactly.
let's paint a better picture for everyone who's listening. Imagine we are going to do a shot, right? And we say that, okay, it's going to be like a baby photo shoot. And one of the references is we're going to give you this reference of the Lion King where the monkey holds Simba over Pride Rock, right?
Yeah.
And that's the image that we want. We'll put the reference in. Again, the key word here is reference, right? So referencing that image, we're going to hold the baby above our head. And that's going to be the shot. Let's say the client comes on that day and say, where's the lion? Where's the monkey? Why are we not in Africa? That is basically what happened in that specific scenario, right?
Yes.
And I feel like that's one issue on its own. Second issue is I don't think, and this one I feel like everyone can relate to me, no matter what industry you're in. I feel like it's not fair. And it says a lot about your character and the way you work if you threaten to say, I'm going to cut. I'm not going to pay you guys for this. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are. If you are like a conglomerate or whoever, how big your brand is, right? If you can say those words to people who are helping you achieve what you want to achieve, there's something wrong with the work there, man. Really, there's
I
something
think
wrong.
your work ethics is just screwed up. I know of this project. I wasn't on set. Usually, I don't know, for some reason when I'm not on set, all these kind of fun things happen. Like I think maybe for good reason, because I definitely would have added to the fire.
I think so.
But I think, guys, like anyone who's listening, who's in this kind of position, right, who's making this kind of calls as well, you need to understand, even as a director and a writer of a piece, right, nothing ever comes out the way you imagine it.
Correct.
Like, even if you created that shot, right, it's not
gonna be the
anywhere
same.
close to what you picture in your head.
Yeah, correct.
Like, most of the time, even the director of the shot never thought of it that way, but it came out that way.
Yeah.
So what are your chances that someone else is going to emulate the exact same thing with a tenth of the budget that the previous director made that shot? And I think that's the really ridiculous things. And I mean, I'm just going to chime in here. It's always usually the clients, right? I mean, hey, clients, it's usually the clients, right, who bargain for super low price one that make the most noise. For some reason, why, And for every production team out there, for every agency out there, these are the clients that you need to like be very careful about. Because if they don't respect your budgets, they definitely don't respect your work.
Correct.
And screw it. I mean, we're the kind of people who say that, but it's true because anyone who can come onto your set and tell you how to do your work shows how they've been working.
Yeah.
And you don't go into a doctor's office telling him how to treat you.
Yeah, correct. Let's say you have to take out your appendicitis, right? You don't wake up in the middle of surgery and say, sorry, you're doing this wrong. Give me the utensils, I'm gonna do it myself.
If you don't cut it this
Like, what the
exact
heck?
way, I'm not going to pay you.
Correct. That's-
You don't go into a baker's chef, like a kitchen, and say like,
Imagine
no,
you
no,
go
no,
to
no,
like
no.
what Dodo.
Dodo Bakes.
Yeah, you go to Dodo Bakes and then you tell the guy you're making your
This is
croissants
my
wrong.
reference. You see this or not? If
This
it
is
doesn't
wrong.
look exactly like this, I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
Who gives you the damn right to say something like that?
Correct,
Don't worry,
correct.
we fire for you. So you guys look like you were very cooperative. Okay. But we are actually the ones on fire. So yeah, I mean, this is the world we work in. That's why we are like, if you actually talk to the production people, always get to know your crew.
Yes.
The crew have a lot of beautiful stories to tell.
Yeah.
Really 100%.
And I think what it stems from, right, is that maybe there's a lack of respect.
there is.
Not just in among the production industry, but I feel that people again, because we are exposed to all sides of the marketing pyramid, right? When you look at production houses, when you look at agencies, when you look at brands, right, I feel that maybe what we need in Malaysia or in this industry is to have a bit more respect about other people's work. Just because the production guys like are doing physical labor at night, setting up stuff, right, doesn't mean that their job is less important than you in your room, kind of like putting together.
You gotta respect, man, the people lifting stuff at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Because
like,
I mean, you are not doing what you have no skills. How can you look down on these people who are doing it? And
Basically,
that's why.
it.
And honestly, I feel like that's why some of these, I guess, agencies or clients or unsavory people come on set and they boss you around because they think they know better, right?
Yeah.
And they tell, again, the lack of respect is why they speak to people like that. And I feel like if you had a bit more respect, if you're a bit more understanding of the way that things are, the people are putting the effort into a job, right? You wouldn't speak to people like that, lah.
Correct.
Yeah, but that is why I think our current industry is the way. These are the same people who also ask why our industry is still like this.
Correct.
Why our content cannot go further. of course the content's not going to go further if they are going to be stuff like this. And I think also talk to some people who are in the awards committees as well, right? Because I think a lot of the awards in Malaysia run off like whoever achieves the highest KPI, whoever has the most sales for a thing. But I think it's not going to change because a lot of these projects are done under cutthroat situations as well.
Yeah.
Like the production teams, right, do not get any of the credit. The agencies are the one who mistreat production teams. They never, you always, again, it's not the agencies that I hate or anything, right? It's the work ethics that are involved. And until the day that award ceremonies can actually award proper ethics, like who award the people who actually do the work, the industry is always going to be like this.
Right.
Because, right, just imagine right now, I mean, one of the biggest festivals that is around, and I have had the privilege of being a part of, was the Kanchils. One thing that I noticed about the award ceremony is, yes, they've revamped the whole thing. There's a lot less corruption. There's very good ethics now. Is that they judge a lot of entries based on the result. They don't talk about the process of it.
Yes.
And very little about the process is actually taken, other than the fact that, okay, is this a legitimate project? Show me your working. And then, okay, it's a real thing. They actually never take the time to like do a background check, especially when an award, right? The biggest prestigious award was like Agency of the Year.
Yeah.
If you take home that golden kanchil, right, your agency immediately just goes up one notch.
Correct.
But this is just for the production people, right? When a certain agency like wins something, the production teams know, yeah, of course you win it because you know how you treat all of us.
Correct,
of course you achieve the client's KPI because you know how much of our budget you cut. Of course the client is going to be happy. I think until the day that award ceremonies or people can address this kind of thing, right, the industry is never going to change. Because the production teams are always going to be the victims. Like, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do if the woman say like, if you don't do this, I cut your budget? Like, we cannot do anything, right?
Cannot.
You have to continue.
Yeah.
Like, when was it a great thing that you can go to a doctor like, hey, you don't give me this, I just don't pay you. You think the doctor going to stop operating?
Midway doing surgery, right?
Yeah, midway doing surgery.
I love that.
But that's where the nightmare stories start. Like, let's take a pivot right now and just try to end this on like a brighter note. What is some of the best? Okay, given the fact that there is this horrible dark world out there,
Yes.
what are some of the more pleasant projects that you're super proud of to be a part of? You've enjoyed yourself and you have no problem saying who the client is because you're just so happy to work with it. Are there experiences like this?
Experiences.
Great shoots, Matthew.
Great shoots. Got or not? You don't have, it's okay, also.
I don't think I have.
I mean,
But no,
true,
I
true.
think-
You're a line producer. You see that.
I think I want to say is that
Yeah.
I mean, throughout this whole experience, I think I learned from all these bigger crews. As you said, everyone is important on set. So sometimes it pisses me off that sometimes not say producers or maybe agencies, they don't care about the little things that all these little crews. Let's just say a simple PA or maybe a facilities guy, the guy who provides chairs, canopies, everything, shades for you.
They ignore the fella.
They ignore the fella. Like sometimes, so for me as a line producer, when I was working as a line producer, I try to be in their shoes, like, make sure they have their food. Sometimes, when the crew eat, okay, sometimes there's also a hierarchy thing in the crew where sometimes like, of course, we prioritize director, DOP, and then of course the agency and clients to make makan first. But then those people who set up the tables and, everything, like sometimes they always get neglected. And I always feel that I have to play an important role that where I have to take care of them, like make sure they eat.
Matthew,
But it's very hard to say this right now because I do not know what's happening in the other shoots.
Exactly.
So that's very important. And I feel that everyone plays an important role, even though the shoots might be a bit crazy, but everyone has to take care for each other. If everyone take care of each other, I think everyone will have a great time.
Right. And it's possible because we've definitely been on sets where I think we are very fortunate to be able to work with people who respect our team and our team also respect their team. Because agencies need to realize that most of the time when you are hiring a crew, right, that team that you're working with might not be in the same studio. Like there's a lot of freelancers, a lot of people who are external workers who have never experienced like the kind of working dynamic. So the best thing you can do is freaking respect each other. And definitely there have been great stories where sometimes the client comes up to us, here's the budget, do what you want, advise us what you want to do, and they really stick true to it.
Yes.
Like, wow, we have the complete freedom. And guess what happens? The project usually almost always works out much better than you think, right? You let the creatives create, you let the managers manage, you let the producers produce, it should be fine.
Yeah.
You come on set and tell people how to do their job.
Exactly.
that is how you know,
gonna be tough.
it's gonna have, you know that's gonna be a story for the next production team. That's pretty much.
Do you guys have any like good, memorable shoots?
I think for me, because I work a lot of like behind the scenes, the camera side. So it's more about the whole production team. Because I rarely would meet with the client or talk to the client.
Yeah.
Except for like certain shoots when I have to directly talk to the client or maybe like the talent itself. That's why I have a lot of like that kind of issues. But I think one of my best and most fond memories in shoot was definitely our Korean shoot, Korean tourism, because I mean,
we're in Korea lah.
In Korea, 10 days, do whatever you want, we shoot whatever you want, be happy, It's and also everybody in the whole team was really nice and everybody was just like supporting each other. And that was like literally one of the best shoot. You get to sightsee and at the same time work in a very good environment with each other.
Correct.
And
I mean, the minutes in Korea is a great environment.
correct.
Just
It's true. Just imagine.
You might be on cloud nine at that point, so a bit biased.
Yes. Also, just for a fun fact, the sun there is always the same from morning to night. I don't know for some reason. The sun looks the same all the time.
Lovely.
Sorry, morning to evening.
Yeah, it's just there.
Morning to night.
So it's just
I
that.
mean,
How you see the sun?
because maybe you're the sun, bro.
Okay, he
I
wasn't
wasn't
there.
He wasn't there.
Exactly.
What? Okay,
Okay,
Minghan,
so-
what about you? Is there anything that is like memorable that you really enjoyed?
Personally, one of even this year, like Max's and Starbucks have been like super surprisingly. What a pleasant surprise to work with these two guys, especially during the MCO. But I think because the MCO definitely put everyone in situations that they were unfamiliar with. And we were very, very fortunate to be able to have clients who are like, you know what, guys, we don't know what's working anymore. Please, what would you suggest? And that's very rare to hear from like brands and clients nowadays. But yeah, they really put their trust in us. And I think more than money, right? When a creative team has your trust, that is when we also need to rise up and meet that challenge and do even better.
Yeah.
And that's really what worked. I think those two were definitely memorable projects this year. But one of the largest scale ones, definitely one was the Korean one, was really fun to do with the team.
Yep.
And also, I think we have a client called Joe Malone. They really just
London.
say us... Sorry?
Joe Malone London.
Joe Malone London. No. So the guy's name is not Joe Malone. It's a Joe Malone London team. Their team really just empowers creators to like, okay, this is what we want. This is what we want to go toward. Do what you need to do. And they don't ask questions. And we've done everything for them from like mini documentaries to like sketches. And to them, they are happy as long as you just meet their message of the content. They will never come onto set and tell you even how to place their bottle.
Yep.
They really don't care. They just want you to know that they are supporting you as content creators and they know that you guys will take it from there. And really, that's when the best stuff happens, compared to people who like, hey, the leaf can, make a bit greener. The chair, maybe turn a bit more 5 degrees to the south,
And the chair is rounds too.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense.
You guys might think we are joking, but I think being part of a production crew, you need to have an amazingly thick face and a lot of patience, and that's where people snap most of the time. So
Matthew, any memorable good ones?
I just remembered one.
wait.
It's not really a big shoot.
Right.
It's a shoot where the executive producer told me whether I had a valid passport. Then I was like, oh yeah, I have. So okay, after Chinese New Year, you're going somewhere. I was like, okay, cool. So for this shoot, you are not a line producer, you are kind of a producer already. I was like, okay, so this is my first time going to be like a producer. So I had to do the logistics, everything myself. So this shoot is basically for a property company where they are going to showcase their interior designer that we have to interview in London. So right after that, we got the whole crew together. We are not really close as a crew, the director, the camera guy, and also the lighting crew. We're not really close, but once we landed in London, then we realized that we are going to be there for a few days, and then we are just going to take care of each other lah. So during those shoots, even though because I said that was one of the greatest shoots. I learned a lot that shoot. I learned how is it like to be a producer, and I know I have to stand up for my own thoughts. Like, we have to go to location and whatnot. That to me, that I learned a lot over there. Right. And the only thing that made me felt like really great is because the agency and the client was there with us as well. So they are the ones who are actually commenting like what they want and what not. But actually, they let the director have the free will to do what actually he wants.
Right.
just so you know, the end product looks freaking amazing.
There we go.
Because that editing for that shot, actually when I went to the interview videos, it'd be a bit boring and all. But when the director has his own creativity in it, the video wasn't even boring. I could watch the whole interview.
Wow.
It's very interesting.
That's good, man.
So in that moment, I realized when the agency and client was actually really concerned about me, is because I've never experienced cold weather before and London was snowing.
So they
my
for you.
goodness.
No,
Oh, sorry, not that close.
maybe it's one. Who knows?
Oh.
Oh, wait, sorry, I'm
Oh,
not.
then you like
No, so I wore, because I haven't been to cold weather countries, I was wearing everything breathable.
Smart.
That's how you commit suicide.
Fun.
there.
Yeah, and then over there I got high fever and I got sore throat and I was
Nice.
almost dead. But then they were like taking care of me. They said it's okay and all. And
Nice. Beauty.
Because I never hear these kind of things coming out from them.
right.
So that
People
was
don't
one of the
care,
greatest shoot, even though it's a small shoot. But
Yeah.
with that being said, also the creativity from the director, when I saw the video at the end product, I felt like, wow,
Jang,
interview can be so nice one.
Jang, man.
That's what happens when you actually let the chef cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Right?
I want more garlic.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, people don't realize, right? I think for everyone listening in, this is just sharing our stories from behind the scenes, and sometimes we have the opportunity to be in front as well. But yeah, there's so much that goes on in production world that is really just more than you guys see. It's why I think the ad season, the Hari Raya ad season, is a very big deal for a lot of production houses because it is like the Super Bowl of Malaysia, right? We get to showcase and watch what the country is making, and for an ad to be ad. Production team has not just had to wring their brains to create. They've had to go through layers and layers of approvals and struggling with the clients and agencies and whatnot. It's a freaking success to finish a piece of a branded film or a corporate film. And that should never be taken lightly because I think the appreciation for the creative industry still has a long way to go in our country, and we can only just, spread some awareness, and then just vaguely talk about bad situations, Hopefully, hey, before we wrap this up, Caleb, what is your word of advice for a brighter tomorrow?
My word of advice. Okay. Be strong.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Okay.
Most importantly, have a great smile. And no matter what the stormy seas may come to you, just know that you be strong on the sea.
Okay. I think
You're simply throwing words in, is it?
He's literally just simply throwing words.
But it makes sense.
I think Minghan was talking in reference to the topic today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you want me to give some.
No. It's great. It's great also. It's great.
You could apply it.
But you could apply it.
You could apply it.
Just be strong.
Impromptu quote.
Yeah.
Be strong on the windy sea. No, windy sea is correct. No, on the stormy seas. Be
Okay.
strong on the stormy seas.
Okay.
Be like the hull.
The how.
H-U-L-L, yeah, the hull.
You have to spell how. We know how to spell.
It's okay, never mind. It's okay.
Okay.
Kim is cringing in the corner. I think just to wrap this up, guys, be respectful of each other, especially when it comes to the work that people do.
Yeah.
I think talking about work ethics and it is where we want to land on at the end of this podcast, because when it comes to your career, if you are an accountant, a doctor, a lawyer, you don't have people coming in telling you how you do your job.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have the ability to respect people for their career path, right, and how they do things for a living, then I feel work together when you join and make something, it will always turn out better when there's a respect. When there's no respect, there's going to be a lot of resistance, there's going to be a lot of obstacles, and you are not going to be happy with the outcome because you were never happy in the first place.
Yeah, I
so,
feel like these guys, like even the example that I think Caleb and Matthew mentioned just now, right? We really don't care if that's the way you treat your own employees or your team in your own company.
Actually, I would care. It's a bit sad.
I mean, it is sad, but when you step out of your own company and you work with another team, you have to respect other people. Like, you are not above or below us. We are working with you, whoever you are.
Correct.
We don't owe you a scolding or a telling off, and we will respect you the same way. But I don't think anyone should have the ability to treat anyone else who's literally not in the same company as you that way.
Just want to say that this doesn't just apply to agencies and clients. Yeah, we're talking
Production
about
house
talents as well.
Yeah, talents as well.
Correct,
you won't go to another family and beat their kids.
Yeah.
That's
You can go to jail.
correct.
Yeah,
Why would you go to another company and screw their employees up?
Yeah,
it
correct.
doesn't make sense.
So just have respect for each other, guys. Respect the work that people put in, the effort, the time, the resource, and just you respect humans.
For a brighter tomorrow.
For a brighter tomorrow. Stormy seas or not. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it and took a peek into the world of production and the not so fun times that we have sometimes. But we also do love each other. I think there's a lot of bond that is
Bond.
built. There's a lot of bonding that goes on when there's hardship. And I think that's why production houses and teams like ours are really close because we've seen hell, man. We've tasted the bitter
Got
life.
no one else to hang on to.
No one else to hang on to except each other. So appreciate the people around you and just have some respect, guys.
Thanks for listening.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast, make sure to share it and tag us when you do on the Insta stories as well as Spotify. And if you want more content, check out the Takeaway Table on YouTube, Instagram, and the main things Instagram because that's rolling. We've also got a brand new TMT video out by this time.
I hope so.
I hope so. If not, then just stay tuned, guys. Thank you, Caleb and Matthew, for being a part of today's
Thanks,
podcast.
guys. Hey.
Thank you.
And
Thank
for
you.
everyone else, stay safe, stay clean, and wash those hands.
Stay humble.
See ya.
Yeah.